Howdy. It's been a while since I made a video. We've had so much going on between the farm and this property, and let me explain what I'm going to do today. I know you guys, I talked to you about the summer scalp and the recovery process, but after we did that scalp, I realized I didn't have the product. I had to order the product. Ryan went on a trip for about 5 days, so we came back and we started that whole process over again. So we re-scalped, we just put down the product, we're starting to water, and I'll show you in my next video. I'll show you that. So today I'm just going to take it. I've spent all week out at the property installing the new backyard. It's more so sculpting the land rather than getting a finished yard. I'm going to tell you that this is not a finished yard, but I had to get the land sculpted. I had to get roots in the ground just so, and get that water away from the house. So that's what I'm going to show you today. Me out there taking this crap that's out back and turning it into a semi decent looking lawn. In the next video I'll show you the scalp and the process on that. I'm doing a 10-year termite treatment around the house. I'll do that. I've got a brand new shed I'm building a well pump for our well, including a filtration system out there. I got probably about 40 videos, so hit subscribe. And don't forget, in the description below, I link to the lawn guides. Get the lawn guides and products that I'm using, so go there too. I did a whole video on what we're doing here, so if you want to know more about that, just watch that video. But here's the backyard. So this is the new backyard, and it's kind of crazy. It's a good thing I got tired of having my boots wet. So let me tell you some of the problems that I'm dealing with. Now, this house is backwards. When they built this, they built the front of the house facing this way, and that's wrong. We want it to face the pond. So we're going to treat this as the back of the house, and what we're going to do is I'm going to come out here. I'm probably going to put a stone patio, and then I'm going to put a grass yard back here, and then we'll put a fence for the girls so they have a place to go. There were huge, massive stumps. I mean, huge stumps. So we had to have those ground out. So the mess I've got that I'm having to deal with. Oh, and also right here, this is a brand new septic tank that's right in here, and then the leach field runs way up there. It's 200 feet of leach field. So what I need to do, the first thing I need to do is I need to fix the terrain, and that's one of the things you want to look at before you put in any kind of lawn. You want to watch your drainage. And so right now I've got drainage issues where some of this water is actually coming down towards the house, some of it's pooling in here. So I need to fix the terrain, and that's one of the first things you want to do is understand where you want your water to drain off. So what I plan to do here, I have a skid steer coming this morning with a shovel on the front, and I'm going to come in here, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this sort of the high point, and I'm going to make the land actually sort of drain that way and drain that way. Got it? So I'm going to have it a little bit higher right in here, and then I'm going to have the slope or the pitch go down that way and then go down this way. Okay, so we're coming in here and we're doing our leveling. Part of that is I brought in topsoil. So let me explain the difference between the topsoil and the organic garden soil. This is the topsoil, and this is the organic garden soil. This is a red clay, very good quality actually, red clay topsoil. And you can see that it's not all clean. There's rocks and everything else in it. But then when you come over here, this is like a mulchy soil that's sort of a compost. Very, very rich and organic. Now, the important factor here, sometimes you get this stuff and they just put a bunch of crap inside of this, literally poo. Well, if I take this and if I smell this, it smells like earth. It does not smell like ammonia. Got it? So if you take this and smell it, it should smell like dirt. It should not smell like ammonia. If it smells like ammonia, there's too much manure and you can have a real bad pH problem. You could also have high phosphorus. You can get a lot of phosphorus inside it because of the poo. So what I'm going to do is, let me show you the difference of the two. I'm going to step back and see if I can get both of them on film. But see the difference in color here? So this is like a red clay, and then that's just dark brown, really light stuff. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take that organic material, and I'm going to shake it all in here. I'm going to scrape it, have the guys help me rake it, and we're going to scrape it into this soil here. If you leave that on top of the soil, you get a heavy rain, that stuff will float off. It's so light. So what you want to do is you want to spread it out here, and then I'm just going to scrape it with a fork of the skid steer and sort of turn it into the soil. Then we'll put down seed, and then I'll drag it, and then we should be all set. So I just bought some Shady Lawn tall fescue. Now this is just temporary. Remember, temporary. This is just to get roots in the ground. All I'm doing is the tall fescue mix for shady lawns. It should germinate pretty quickly, but you can see here what we've got. What I'm going to do is, you can see I've been scraping this with the teeth. So I'm mixing this in with the soil that's here and that good garden soil. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to throw seed out on top of this, and then I'll take the bucket and I'll flat level it once the seed is out, and then I'll put some more on it. But that's what I'm doing right now. He's over there doing a final leveling rake. So Colton's over here doing a final leveling rake. And I'll tell you what, man, this looks so good compared to what it was. I mean, it's just beautiful back here now. I got the dark soil, everything's nice and level, everything's gonna drain out here. Morning. My lens doesn't fog up here. So this is, we have finished the backyard project at the house as far as the initial sculpting of the property so that we're ready for construction and ready for fencing and everything that goes on. Now, I understand people are going to say, well, they're going to come build and they're going to drive. I don't care. This is just, my main goal here was to shape the backyard, get the drainage right, get everything ready, and get some base grass, get some roots in the ground. So, let me show you the finished here. So this is the finished, and I'm really, really happy with this. So it's all sloping down and coming out here, all sloping away from the house. The other side is doing the same thing. I have to fix some maybe drainage issues and pooling issues on that side, but I still have the skid steer here for the day, so I can work on that today. And I got a few little cleanup items I need to do here too with the skid steer. But so yesterday I came out. Now I'm running my water system off my shallow well that's already here that we're not going to be using. I tried this sprinkler, but the GPH, the gallons per hour, is too high, so I don't retain enough pressure, and the coverage that I'm getting is not good. So this morning I stopped by Lowe's and I picked up a impact sprinkler on a stand, these cheap little things here. So I picked up one of these, and this is actually working really well. So this is covering this whole area in here, and then I can move it here. I just want to get it wet so that I start to get some germination. That's all I care about. Okay, so I'm gonna let this sprinkler run for a while. I'm gonna probably just hop on the skid steer, but you can see. So what we plan to do, this is now actually the back of the house. We're actually going to have a set of double doors here, all new windows, everything's being redone. But I plan to come off with a small stone patio off here. So if we wanted to sit out and grill or do whatever, not too big, a small patio. And then we're going to put a fence. So the fence is probably going to go out about, 10 feet there. It's going to come out. It's going to go out here. And I'm going to probably curve the fence around that magnolia, and then shoot it back into the house over here 10 feet past. So that'll be a nice little grass area for the girls to go out and go pee and chase squirrels and bark at the deer. And then next thing I gotta do is I gotta go out here and tackle all this stuff that's growing up over here. All that green stuff out there needs to come down. I got a couple trees still I'm gonna take down. That's about it. So anyways, that is what's going on with the farm property. Like I said, in the next video, what I'm going to do is I'll bring you back here to the house and I'll show you some of the results of us doing the summer scalp, putting the right nutrients down and getting this lawn back short and getting it green again. That's going to happen. And then I'll probably go ahead and, ooh, windy. Might have a storm coming in. I'll go ahead and I've got a bunch of stuff going on. We're putting a 10-year termite treatment around the house out of the property. I'll probably show you that. We'll do that. Like I said, I got the shed coming. I got more gravel coming. We're going to be doing some field work out there. I'm going to be replanting some of these fields because a lot of the weeds are out there. Preparation for the fall. We'll talk about that in the lawns, all kinds of stuff. Anyways, hit subscribe, and I'll see you in a couple days. Doc.